this is our Viva. It's the 5th of May. This week we added lines to scene 3 and added the 3 boys as soldiers in that scene. We also came up with 3 partner dances for the Camera Loves You song. We finished off the jury scene. We added some table movement to Mum and Dad. We also made and finished a rough base of the previously frozen scene, and we got the white floor in the theatre and cleaned previously frozen.
What good ideas did we come up with this week? Well, for The Camera Loves You, we started our partner dances, and I felt like, well, the idea was that it was a dirty jazz bar, but the movements had to be very sultry and almost have the same feel as the brothel, but in a much more classy way. And I think it was a good idea because the song on its own didn't really have much atmosphere to it, so I felt like the dance lifted it a bit.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Some ideas we came up with this week were, for scene 3, we came up with, me and the boys came up with how we're going to portray the soldiers, and how they also came up with how they want to sort the groups out, because there's 3 of us, so we need 3 groups of girls for the boys to control. So we sorted the groups out, they did their dance, and we had our own feel for the way we were going to deal with the soldiers, and who was going to be the sergeant leader for it and stuff.
Okay. We also came up with the idea of having the final scene being what we did in the first scene but reversed. So when we've all walked off, well then everything we do will be what we've done in the first scene but backwards. So you end up with just having Ollie left on the stage on his own. All the movements are done backwards, all the walking is backwards. So it's basically like we've just gone around in this full circle of everything, and we've ended up back in the same place we started.
Also, in the mum and dad scene, when Enrico, who plays the dad, talks about countries, because we didn't want to throw the lines away, because we want people to, when you read it fast, it's always just forget about it. So we're going to write it on the walls, so people can see it and they can remember it, and then point out which words he says. It just brings that focus to
it adds that idea of collecting evidence again. So we want to fill the walls with as much as we can with big chalk pens, as that's the perk of having a white stage, that we want people coming on clustered images and letters, anything we can add. And it kind of just gives the text a bit more of a purpose, and a bit of a point to be in there.
And continuing with the manipulating, we thought that moving the table would work, but it didn't really do anything. It just made it a bit more complicated to do, and it just doesn't really have an effect on anything.
It made it look a little bit messy as well, because it didn't properly work with Ellen moving back, and then Enrico, it didn't fully work going around.
It made Enrico's character look a bit insane, which isn't really what we want.
What didn't work this week? So you've touched upon that.
Yeah, basically with the movement, it just made it look rough and made the characters go a bit, because Ella didn't really know. Her character kept coming back and going and come back, and Enrico it was way too insane, and we didn't want that with the mum and dad.
With the Camera Loves You dance again, I felt like when we were devising, the teachers had a completely different concept to what we had. The teachers saw it as very
loads of lifts.
Yeah, with a lot of lifts and a lot of... I wanted there to be this connection, also almost this salsa feel to it, but they wanted it more grungy and groping and lustful. But when we started doing the lifts, I felt